Yeah, I know you missed me. I haven't quit on the slingshots. Just been busy, and of course, like I was on Mark's show, ATO slingshots, and once that happens, like everyone wants a piece of the nerd. So I've just been so busy that I haven't had a chance. Well, I've been doing videos, but I've been learning editing as well. So uh, I am here. You've seen me in the chats with other people. I haven't left you all behind. I know you'd miss me. You'd all just be like crying. Where did he go? Like he just gave so much in such a short time. But I'm here, and I am going to be shooting. But first, there are a couple of things, good things to point out. I was watching Double D's video, and he was talking about the frameless that he had, and he was showing how it was all frayed. So this is for you. And if you already know this tip, then I apologise. But uh, I don't know if it's just me, but I overlap a lot with similar kind of things. And what I mean is, like, I'm into slingshots, and I think I said in my intro video, I've got bows. I'm into archery and knife throwing. I did find my knives in the end, by the way. So there's throwing knives that I've got. Uh, but the other thing I do, I've made a couple of whips from paracord, bull whips and snake whips, just for the fun. If you've never cracked a proper whip, if you get the opportunity, just try. So satisfying. So I've made a few whips. I can't do it in here, of course. There's just not enough room. So, but I'm off for 2 weeks, so maybe I'll get my whip out in the backyard, and if anyone did want to see cracking a whip. But anyway, me being me as usual, I've just gone off in all different directions. If you don't know what ADD or ADHD is, this is it. Your brain just wants to do 10 things at the same time. But this is for you, Double D's, because you said about the fraying. Now, when you make a whip, see, I was going somewhere with this. You have to make a paracord core. And so you gut the paracord and then you put BBs in it. That's to like weigh down that first belly, as they'd call it, or the core. Now, there's a little trick to making it not fray. And before everyone goes, oh yeah, we all know to burn the edge, this is slightly different. So first of all, as you said, like use the paracord to pull your the rubber tubing through. So you can just sort of pull a little bit off like that, and then you can sort of pull it back, just like remember when you're a little boy and parent pull it back. Demonetized already. Anyway, so let's just say you've done that or going to do that already. What I would do is pull the paracord gutting through just a little bit, just so you're left with the end. Now that's the bit that frays. The way you stop it fraying, and it's not just to burn it, but tap it with your finger, just lightly. And hopefully if that shows up well, you can see that's kind of opened up. You see how it sort of flares out? So just give it a little tap like that, just a little push, just to flare it out. Then you burn it. So what that does, by flaring it out, it means when you burn it, you don't end up with a lip around the edge. It's going to burn inwards to make it look really neat. Now, I don't use those like flameless, whatever they call it. They're just too powerful and they blow the paracord around. I just use an all lighter and just waft it over. And now, let me cool that down. Have a look at that. That, you see, there's barely a flare out there. And if I tap it, I can tap this as much as I want. And look, it's not flaring out. So hopefully that shows up. So just a little tip, if you're going to make another one, just do that. Pull the cord just enough to do that. Give it a little tap so that it all flares out. Then lighter and just waft it quickly. And yeah, so there's your seal. And I've still got like that little bit of paracord, like all the inner bit left to put the tubing on and thread it through. And well, you know what you're doing from that point on. But yeah, if you knew that, sorry, but just in case, if not, and just remember to do it on both sides. Yeah, so if you missed it the first time, and you don't know where the rewind button is on YouTube, then here, so you can see that's all flared out. It's going to light that, just waft it over just a few times, and there you go. There's a nice clean end, and it doesn't flare out when you touch it, and it keeps it really nice on the, because I done exactly the same, because you said you copied it, or not copied it, you went through the instructions that Hunter had done, taking shots, and that's exactly where I done mine from. But yeah, it leaves you with a perfect bit of paracord. That's number one out the way. Number two, as I said, like I don't know if anyone cared or saw it, but yeah, I was on Mark's channel on pretty much the Sunday when I appeared on YouTube. So it was quite a shock, and I sort of, as I'm doing now, went over lots and lots of things. But just in case you didn't, just the brief things of what I've got planned coming up was, anyone who's got me on Facebook has seen like the bracelet that I did. So as I'm off for nearly 2 weeks, the plan is I'm going to make one of these, and I'm going to do it in 2 stages, 2 videos. First one should be out tomorrow. That is, and I'm letting you know the first one's going to be out tomorrow in case you want to skip it, because it's going to be a little bit more on a technically kind of side, because the magnets that I use I get from hard drives. So if anyone's got an old hard drive or blah blah blah, now I've said all that before, but I'm going to be going over how to get the magnet out of the hard drive. So that's going to be tomorrow's video, and then Wednesday I'm going to actually make the paracord bracelet, because I want to make another one for me anyway. Because, let me just shake off the excess, I made it with the shackle. See where you sort of threadle it, and it's a bit of a nightmare to get on. So I'm going to make a nice easy one for me to use. Another thing that I'm going to be just going over, I did mention this on Mark's channel. I found this. They have dartboards. So this website, I don't know if that shows up, and I'm not affiliated, and you don't have to buy them. These are completely free. You download the PDF and you print it. But that is targets.ws. There. That's showing up fairly clearly for me. But you go on there and they've got just tons of targets, and you just download them, print them off, and off you go. So like, I got these dart ones because I figured that would be a fun challenge. I do have others. They have like the standard targets, like for just helping you aim, but they have animals. So we've got squirrels there. We've got these with flies, so you can try and hit the flies, and some of them have like these little chart things at the bottom. But, and if you bear with me a minute, I'm just walking over to, I did have a clip with all these other targets. I know you can hear me. Right, I've got those. Right, I'm coming back. So I did have another batch. They actually have monster sections. Like they got zombies, werewolves. This is the one I mainly use. Oh, here's some of them. Ah, there they are. Again, I'm not affiliated. Like, this isn't a selling thing. This is just, I know a lot of people say, oh, shooting paper. That coming from someone who's still fairly new to this, shooting paper is the way to go to like get you tuned in and make sure that you're aiming properly, all that. But this just takes that boredom out of paper. Oh, I've just got to put a paper target up. Well, you could shoot aliens. Or, oh, there's a zombie one. Oh, different alien ones. So it's just going to add that bit of fun to. I wish I could find the werewolf. Oh, I could have sworn I printed. Oh, there we go. There's the werewolf. See, turning paper into fun. So I've just got loads of these. Where do I print them? Now, me, I wouldn't say I'm a cheap kind of person, but I'm always looking for that bargain. Like, how can I do something cheaper? And I don't know where you are in the world, but here in Calgary, you have a certain amount of pages you can print for free at the library. Yeah, that's that building that had books that people my age still remember and went to for school and whatever else. But anyway, surprising people still use libraries, but it's good that they do. In Calgary, you can get, I think it's like 50 prints a week, something like that, for free. So you can print off plenty of targets. I am going to shoot. I know you'd just like, just grab a slingshot, will you? And just shoot something. I will. Getting now, so I'm easing into it. A natty that I just found, picked up. Now, I wasn't sure what to do with it. I'm actually thinking I'm going to leave it like this. I was going to sand it down and get it all nice. But I like things that are... The thing I like about wood is when it's not made to look pretty. I'm trying to look for the right words, but like when it's got knots in it and all these weird little bits. But I love that. It gives it character, and I think I've said that many times before. But this one fork is bigger than the other, one's a bit knobbly, and I'm like, I actually really like that as a natty. So, that was one other side project. Sorry, I don't know if there was a bang or something. Maybe it's the wind. Right. So another little thing that I've got going on, you'll see the catch. If you haven't seen my videos yet, the nerd part comes from, yeah, I'm really into tech and stuff like that. So I built myself a catch box, went over the top, probably what people might think it's over the top, but I just love doing it. I've got a new idea, and I mentioned this on ATO's channel. So we've got, what I'm planning on doing is in the box putting this. I'll tell you what, I'm actually gonna, let's do this and go bing, and there's my catch box. I moved the camera actually, so that's another reason. See, I haven't been around. But the idea is to put this maybe like that. And I'm thinking of having it on a hinge so that it can turn it away. The brush is for, I'm just going to take out like about half of these bristles, put it over that. That's to slow the shot down so it doesn't come straight through and crack this. I'm trying to think of other things I might do. I do have like some blocks of memory foam. I might put a little bit of that in the back. I'm just trying to come up with ideas so that it doesn't just crack and smash this, but roughly that's going to be it. But, and I'll be back again in a second, I went out and bought some vinyl tubing. Now what I'm hoping, and I know the sizes, I'm going to have to get like a little funnel, maybe from the dollar store, Dollarama. It's Dollarama in Canada. Go to the dollar store, just get a little funnel, kitchen funnel, and then sort of have it come down and into there. So the BBs will go through the pipe, down into the bottom, and pump through the tube. I'm hoping to have the tube sort of spiral down, and when it gets to the bottom, I have this. So hopefully that picked up. I'll move my head near because the microphone's in my earbuds, but just seems like fun. I'm just a big kid at heart, so but aren't we all? That's the plan anyway. But over this next 2 weeks, build this up a bit. I've got a few other things sort of planned out, but yeah. So head back over here. I think that covers everything that I wanted to quickly go over. As I said, like I've been playing around and adding more stuff to my, do we want to call it a shooting range? A crib. I should just stick with crib. Like from the first video, I'm just going to call it my crib. And one of the last videos I'd done was the Billy opening. I've decided, and I have not shot any of these yet because I've been just so busy at work and doing other stuff. So this is the Megabilly. I do have it banded up. This is precise 0.4, and I can't remember where I got these pouches from, but these are the pit pouches, just because people recommended pit pouches to me. But I am going to shoot this in a second. I'm just going to get ready because if you saw my ATO video, I've got my Very nice ammo pouch. Admit it, you're jealous, really. Timu. I'm not a fan of the whole Timu thing, but if I've got something that I just want to do, it's for a laugh, it's fun, and I don't care if it breaks. It's perfect for that because like, everything's just so cheap. But the other thing I've done, because starting out, and a lot of people have said, record yourself, like to get used to like any mistakes you make, you can correct for your aiming. So what I've done is I've changed things. So now I've got this three-way camera. So now you've got me face on. Well, I'll be facing this way shooting, but I've got the side view, and you've got the catch box, and it moves the catch box into the main screen. So hopefully we don't get any fork hits. But here we go. This is going to be the very first shot with the Megabilly. Another thing for this side camera that I haven't realised how much weight I've gained over the last few years. So it's like, holy shit, I need to go on a diet. So another reason I'm doing this with these side views, and I may tweak the cameras a little bit. They're not perfect, but what I'm hoping to do, and if you're from my generation, you probably remember magazines with like those diet supplement things, and you had like the person in the back going and pulling like their old pants out, stretching out. So that's what I'm hoping to do, like within a year, because my kid graduates next summer. So my goal is to lose enough weight by then to be able to go there. That should be it. Like, I'm not very good with the thumbnails and stuff. I know I work in tech, but I'm not good with video editing, image editing. But yeah, that if I could, that would have been the thumbnail. But anyway, here we go. I know you're here for the shooting. You're here for the shooting. I know. And this is the first time I've tried this frame, these bands, and the pit pouch. That is weird. And you've got to remember that I'm still fairly new to all these things. So I know everyone's been using pit pouches for ages, but it just kind of just fell into the holes. That felt odd. But actually, I'll tell you what, and I know people joke about this. I know. I am going to shoot, honestly. Yeah, he's going for the eye protection. Just because I've tied these bands myself, and I'll admit it took me 2 or 3 goes because I would pull on it and it would just snap out. So I think I've done it right. I've like pulled on it, tugged it. It seems to be safe. But I don't want to take any risks at this moment, so I am going for the eye protection just for now for these first few. This feels really weird. Oh, and if you are watching and I mentioned, I should get my eyes tested, I did, and I do need glasses now, so I will be wearing glasses soon. Let's not damage them anymore. Right. It's actually not bad. Now, obviously I can't see too well on this camera. I was aiming for the can on the right. That looks spot on to where I was aiming. So again, this is the Megabilly, and honestly, these are the first shots I am taking with this thing. And just remember, see me reaching down and doing this. If you saw the ATO video, I don't have crabs, I'm not scratching. It is my little pouch. I shouldn't say pouch, because this is a pouch that I'm putting the ammo in. See if I can finish off that other one. Okay, so far 2 shots and it is spot on, exactly where I'm aiming. So Rick, a winner. To me, like, because as I said, I'm a big guy and I have really big hands, so I need a big heavy frame. Not to say I can't shoot small frames. Um, I can, and I do. It just feels good to have like something big and heavy in my hand. I'm definitely not getting monetized, am I? I like to have something big and hard in my hands. I may as well say it. Let's finish it off. Okay, and I'm pleased. I did add some beefiness to the curtains in the back, and it seems to be okay. Because on one of my videos, one of those where I was shooting, they were coming back at me. I think it was actually the ATO video, and I had a couple, and they were literally coming back at me. So I beefed up. I am terrible. I was going to say I beefed up the curtains. I don't know if that would mean the same thing in North America or wherever you're from than it does in England, but yeah, it's basically if you're ever talking to anyone from England and they start laughing at anything you've said that seemed completely innocent and normal in your country, that usually means that it's an innuendo in England and it's referring to sex in one way or another. So let me know in the comments below if you know what beef curtains are. As you can tell from starting this channel from day one, I've never had any intention of earning any money from this because I know that I wouldn't because of my mouth. This, Rick, wow, it is going spot on. Or maybe it's just the way I am like shooting. Maybe I should go to the Olympics. There's lots of talks should slingshots be in the Olympics. Maybe I should go. Nearly. I've got to sort these strings out as well. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do to fix that. But see, sometimes I'm not sure, is that cut in half and just resting on the bottom string? Or but if I went to the Olympics, would I want to go for England or Canada? So I'd say Canada's done pretty good this year. England tend to screw everything up. Apparently they didn't do too bad this year. I don't know. I am the sling shooting Greg Rosetsky. If you didn't know who that was, 90s, he was, I can't remember what way round. One of his parents was Canadian, one was English. And back in England, when he was playing in Wimbledon, there was lots of arguments because, of course, he started getting far, and people were like, "Oh, he could win Wimbledon." So I remember in the newspapers there was like this little argument of, "Oh, is he Canadian or is he English? Who's exactly is he playing for?" Don't you hate it when you've got that can cut and you just got that last little bit? Although I guess that really tests you because it's now getting down to hitting a small target because hitting the can is pretty easy at the start. Once you get down to this point, I'm getting it. One other thing I'm noticing, and reason, excuse, whatever you want to call it, because I'm using earbuds for my mic, and my anchor point I like is like that little triangular, I don't know if it's got a name, the triangular bit of cartilage at the front of your ear. That's my anchor point. Like that's where I anchor for archery. And to explain why, just to stop for a second. So I'm actually going to take these off because they're not rebounding. The reason I use this, like this cartilage bit here, is because, and they still say in archery, they say, oh, corner of the mouth is your anchor point. Let me get the camera. So corner of the mouth. The issue I have with that, and there's a few people out there that pointed this out to me, and it's like, that makes sense. Corner of your mouth can be anchor there, and you can, like, there's a lot of movement there. So you know, if you're trying to repeat the same thing over and over again, that's the key to like any shooting. It's archery, slingshots, doing the same thing over and over again. But if the corner of your mouth can be anywhere, and as you gain and lose weight, it moves in and out and around, so that throws off uh, the anchor point. Now, I'm not saying anyone's wrong. Far be it from me to say this. I'm just pointing out this is the way my brain works for the logic. That little corner of the ear, it's more in line with my eye, so I can. To me, I like that aim. And as I say, like, I'm not telling anyone to do this. I'm just saying what I do. It's always good to hear what different people do because you may hear someone go, "Oh, well, I'll give that a go." But to me, that it does make your draw that little bit longer. Of course, corner of the mouth, so you're getting a good inch and a half ish extra on your draw because you're going back to your ear. Another reason, because I have the knuckle of my thumb there, so that pushes it away from my face. So I know I'm not gonna get those little swipe kisses things. And 3, that bit of skin, all skin moves, but that moves a hell of a lot less than that. So, and I'm exaggerating, of course, like the amount, and no one sort of does that. But I was just pointing out that cheek skin moves a lot. The one up here moves only a little bit. But that's why, if anyone wondered why I have that high anchor point, that is why. But me, of course, drifting off. I always try and keep to the logic. But because I've got the earbud in, as soon as I anchor there, I'm sort of knocking it out, or like I don't know if now, I'll have to look at the video myself. Maybe I'm lowering my anchor point myself because like I'm trying to keep away from that to knock it out. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do to fix that. Maybe I should order like a little clip-on mic. I know some people have used little clip-on mics. I'll have a think about it, see what I'm going to do to fix that. But I'm also hoping the audio is pretty good because this is a good set of earbuds. Yes! There we go. Just for the little secret thing, one other little plan. Now, of course, things are expensive. I'm not looking at like one of these big Mythbuster kind of things, but I'd like to get something that can do a good slow-mo because like having a slow-mo camera in that catch box to see that hit and drop down, that would be pretty cool. To me, it would anyway. So that is kind of a plan. So what I'm doing at the moment is asking around friends and family, anyone who's like upgrading their phone, if their old phone does have slow-mo, if I could have it. Because then I use these little clip-on, I can show you. My cameras are on these things. Get these, Dollar Armor again, dollar store. I think they were like $2.50. So I'll just get literally exactly like what I've got here. This is my phone here. Do something like clip it in and then get that slow-mo. How many cameras can I fit on one screen? Let's try and go for the... Okay, so far so good. Let's see if we can do a round of these. Because I was hoping... Right, I just want to get through one round with these things. But what I was hoping, and I mentioned this in my 3-hour extravaganza, yeah, can last 3 hours. Um, that I used to do a lot of meditation. Now, there's one that I do. People have probably seen the tattoos already. I've got like a, that's on the opposite way. I've got a Buddha on one arm, and there's this meditation you could do, and you've probably heard of it in many other places, mindfulness of breath. Now, there's a great video out there teaching how to do it. And the basis of it is that you breathe in and you breathe out. That's a count of 1. Breathe in, breathe out. That's a count of 2. It's almost like a game. You've got to try and get to 10. Now, if you've never done anything like that, the game part to it is if you have a thought, any thought whatsoever, you go back to 0 and start counting again. And then you've got to do it over. And it's surprising you realise how much crap there is in your brain, like churning over. But anyway, my thoughts on this was I was going to do the same to get better at aiming. As in, what I was going to do is try and do each target, because for those that have missed it, and let's go down. There we go again. So hopefully you can see me now. If you haven't seen these already, oh look, that's why it never flipped over. So still a little bit, it's a work in progress. So these targets, you hit the bottom ones and they spin and they sit over like this. Then you shoot the top one, which releases them. So let's just put that back there. But what I was thinking of doing, while I was going down this rabbit hole of whole meditation thing, and you're thinking, what is he talking about? I was thinking of using these targets as like a drill practice in a similar way. So I would have to go those bottom 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then hit the top one to reset. Now, if the idea is to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then reset, now if let's say I got 1 like I did, and then 2, and then the third one I missed, I then got hit reset and go back to the start again. I could have started today, but it's first day off, and I was just enjoying not working. So how the hell did I knock that off? I'm wondering if it's because I've got to sort of aim down a little bit at them. I bet my shoulder. I'll have to watch the video later. I bet my shoulders up a little bit, because to me, like if I stand upright, I'll go to the thing now. Now, as you can see, my eye level is here. I'm got to shoot down quite a way to get to that. So I bet when I look back at this, see, and that's why I've got this nice camera here. See, behind. I bet, and it's because my elbow is too low. If I try and bring it up a bit. Ooh, I don't know what that hit, but that was loud. Oh, I will do a post just in case anyone's noticing along the top of my catch box. So if anyone out there wants to, if they've got stickers, they just want to send them, I'll put them on the catch box. But anyone I order from who sends me stickers, it's going to go on the catch box. So it's going to be like that. The Griswolds, that was it from the movie. What was that? Come on. National Lampoon, like the bumper stickers. So I don't know what, I just think of that old style, long wooden looking car with bumper stickers of everywhere they've been. So my catch box hopefully will gradually get covered. Okay, got that one. And if you haven't seen, I'm going to turn the light on just for a second, just so you can see. So, oh, that's where I was going with this. So I did add simple shot. That's where I was going with this because I got the Hillbilly sticker. I got my other sling is an STS. Yeah, that was from Lee, and I'd almost forgotten because like one of the first ones I got was the Scout LT. I only bought one on that order. Honest, I'm not ignoring the Oculus at all. And this was just something some friend got me because it just suits me perfectly. If you can't see in the light, it says "Do not disturb." I'm disturbed enough already. It just seemed like the perfect place to put that. Um, let's see that light is too harsh. Leaving that on, so let's turn that off. Let's give it a little. Actually, that is a little bit bright as well. Let me see if I can turn it down. For those that never saw any of my other videos, I've got a little remote here. I can do it from my phone as well. This remote is horrible. There we go. There, so it adjusts it a bit. The control is better from my phone, but I'm not going to start unlocking my phone and try and sodding around with that. How does that look? That actually doesn't look too bad. It's still pretty bright. As I say, it's a work in progress. I'll figure out where that camera's going. If you're looking at this rear camera that's behind me, just in case you're wondering how I'm getting that, I've literally got the camera, it's hanging up here. It's literally from the things. So the camera is literally right here pointing into that. I'm wondering if maybe I should get it like here, more of a central, because it's coming in from the side, it's getting a lot of that light. But anyway, I know, shut up and shoot. Go over, you bastard. If I was actually doing that challenge thing that I set myself, would I rage quit by now? I don't know. See, when I start getting merch, I'll have to. Oh, what am I talking about? When I start getting merch. If I was to ever do something like that, I would have to get a T-shirt that just says "Shut up and shoot." And now I've given that away. There's someone else that's going to steal that idea, and they're going to get millions of dollars that I could have had. I'm just sharing it all. Right. I do need to get a paper target. Well, I'm actually not doing too bad. Like this is the first time I've shot this frame, first time with these pit pouches, first time on this elastic. I'm not doing too bad. I'm surprised I haven't got one of the dreaded. You know what I'm gonna say? Yeah. How am I hitting that first? I must have hit high, and it's hitting the bar. I'm gonna have to put some paper up. Not today. Again, like this is my first day off. 2 weeks. Like, in all honesty, like I haven't had 2 weeks in a row off in probably a decade. It's usually been like a week or like days here and there. And my colleagues do usually a couple of times a year. They'll take 2 weeks off. And this year, I finally thought I'm going to do it. I'm just going to take the 2 weeks because I need it. Because 1 week goes by so quickly. I mean, like, because you start on the Friday, you get the weekend anyway. Like, that's not your vacation. And then Monday comes, you do what you need to do. Tuesday, then by the time Wednesday comes, you're like, oh, I'm halfway through my vacation already. And because the weekends you get, and it's like, maybe it's just me. I'm just waffling about nothing. But I got the cowbell. Got it on the rebound. By the way, just in case anyone's wondering, because I know, like with the charity things and that going around, that people use the term waffle. Just so you know, in England, a waffle is the thing you eat from breakfast places like Denny's. But I don't know about all of England because like they have different slang words for different things. But certainly where I'm from, to waffle means to just like talk inanely about nothing, or it might be. I guess you could say Seinfeld. An episode of Seinfeld is waffling. It's kind of just talking about nothing with no like content, or you know what I mean. If you've seen Seinfeld, you know what I mean. It's kind of about nothing, but about something at the same time. Why won't you flip over, you flipping flipper? I'm having flashbacks of the IT Crowd. If anyone saw that TV show from England, they tried to do it in America, but sorry, Americans, but you just really mess it up when you try and do the British shows. You don't get it. Like I didn't get that. But yeah, sorry, the Americans, they tried to do IT Crowd, and I think they done a pilot, and it didn't go past that. It was terrible. But if you didn't know where my brain is going with this, there's a character in that show called Moss, and he won't swear, so he says flipping all the time. It's flipping hell. Yes! Tell you what would be good. I don't know if it's possible. I wonder if I could do it on the catchwas where I could do like a fairground thing. So I shoot, and if I hit the target, all the LED lights go round and round. Wouldn't that be cool? Or is it just me? Is it just me that gets like, oh, it could do this, it could do that. Oh, I want to do this. I am a big kid. I've known it forever. Well, of course, forever, because I was a kid at one point. Believe it or not. Well, you must believe it because you're looking at me and thinking, my God, that guy just never grew up, did he? Well, physically, I did. I grew upwards and grew outwards. This bit didn't grow up. I can be sensible sometimes. When I really need to be, but I don't know, I'm one of those people that likes humour. Likes to add a bit of humour to life, try and find the funny side of things. Because, and not just because of this, but I remember my dad all told me when I was little, in anything in life, you either laugh or you cry. Choice is yours. And it's not entirely 100% true, but it is pretty good saying. I do kind of go by, and that's why I sort of joke around a lot, even and it can be annoying, I know, but even sometimes in serious situations, I'm joking around because to me it's like, well, if you can raise a laugh and raise a smile, you might cheer someone up. Another thing about the AD, oh, not that straight up. Nothing about the ADHD. It's just basically that it's a fancy name for saying my brain just wants to do 10 things at the same time. Like as you saw, like I was going for those targets, and also my brain went, "You should hit the can," as I did. And now somebody's gone, "Oh yeah, you forgot all about those two little orange dots. Done. You're meant to be hitting those." It's like, "Oh yeah, better go back to that." Which, like anything, in a lot of cases, that can be annoying both for people around me and me. But in some circumstances, it works out amazing. I guess like a count your blessings kind of thing. Or try and look for that strength in the weakness, whatever you want to say. That's actually pretty good. Find the strength in the weakness. Kind of like that. But the job I do is software support. So I get calls, emails, and things about software specific to oil and gas. And it's like, this isn't working, that isn't working, what's going on here? That's where the ADHD really comes in handy, because all of a sudden you have to think about several different things at the same time. And I know you can't really do that, like they're just so fast, one after the other. It seems like it's the same time, but you get what I mean. But when I get that problem come in, immediately I'm like, is it this? Is it this? Is it? No, it can't be that. No, it can't be that because of this. So it really comes in handy in those moments, because I can quickly get to some sort of solution or get to some questions that I need to ask. So there you go. If you've got any kind of thing in your life, whatever you want to call it, disability, something makes you that bit different, look for how it makes you shine. Shine like the side of this, and shine like the things that distract my attention. Because already, see, there's that can. You can see it in the catch box. It's on that second set of like the little targets. That can is behind there. I know that I need to hit those other two and then hit the reset. But my brain is going, you should hit the can. Look at that can. Look at the can. Look at the can. You should hit the can. The can's sitting right there. I'm like a dog. Like you've seen those movies like the dog. It's like, throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball. What movie was that? I want to say it was Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. I don't know. I can't remember. There's a dog in it, and it's going, "Oh, throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball!" Oh, he threw the ball, and goes running after it. So, oh, you've got to be kidding me! Again, these like little targets. Well, not again. Um, that I'm shooting at, or I could say again, it is another Temu purchase. Not pushing them or anything like that, because yeah, I do hate the, as I will openly call it, the shit from China. But in some circumstances, i.e., when you just need something cheap to beat the shit out of with BBs, it works out absolutely fine. Why spend a fortune on something that you're going to destroy? Which is why I'm not married. But shh. I am going to probably call it soon though, because I don't know. Maybe it's the eye thing. I got my eyes tested today, and they did say, actually, I always thought 20/20 vision was good, because like you said, oh, I've got 20/20 vision. They said I'm 20/15. So, and he said, oh, well, that's better than 20/20. I've got to look up what those numbers actually mean. It's like when I get my blood pressure done and stuff like that at the doctors, and they're like, oh, it's like 87 over 110 or whatever the numbers are. And I'm like, is that good? Like, should you be calling an ambulance or should I be celebrating? I don't know. Is it good? Because with doctors, you can't tell. Sometimes they've just got that look like they don't have any emotion in their face. And you're like, I can't read this. I can't read your emotions. So let's just give it a couple more. Right, let's see if we can go for that orange spinner. So those are the wasp ones. So sorry, the red, not the orange. It's because I've got a bit of a yellowish light shining on it. I guess it kind of shows up red. It's that one on the bottom string on the far left. That does look kind of red, yeah. To me, it's kind of orangey just because there's a yellow light on it. Let's just make sure I can at least hit something. Can't even hit that. But see, this I think is a good video. So anyone starting out and they're looking at people and they go, oh, yeah, I've hit like this 1 mil rat's penis, like the size of. just to go and show that when you start off or still relatively new, yeah, you're gonna miss shit. You're not gonna be hitting those tiny little targets. There we go. So I can hit it, and I did cut the can, so I did achieve something today. See, my brain is still going, hit the can, hit the can, hit the can. So I did. But there we go. I'll call it there, and it's good because we got through another video without saying fuck.